Hey, I'm actor Chris Bartlett from The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and you're watching Virtual Cantina Network.
Commence primary.
Oh, what's going on? Did it double click it?
Commence primary ignition.
Throwing that other one after.
Welcome to another week of the Virtual Cantina Watch-Along. We are up to episode 7 of Ahsoka. We are in the final round of Ahsoka, which is crazy. I'm Spencer, one of your hosts tonight. Man the comm, we got Dave and Jeff. How are you guys?
Just dandy.
I'm doing well.
And he's done so well, and we still can't seem to get rid of him. We got Skip back. So Skip, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm like a bad penny. I keep turning up. Woo!
Yes. But
I'm going to permanently put special guest Skip in the corner from now on.
pretty much. No, we're very happy to have you here with us. Very excited about this episode. A lot of stuff to talk about, not just with the episode, but in general, as we're going on. But first and foremost, we will be starting sales for the Virtual Cantina Family Vacation 2 in 2 months.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yes, Electric Boogaloo. Lots of craziness, lots of shenanigans abound, lots of fun. And, this will be a great trip because, one, Skip's not going to have a car, so it'll be easy for him to.
He'll still lose.
Wah, wah, wah.
I am still living that down. How many years later?
Oh, that was how you were indoctrinated into the family.
It was my first time seeing all of you in live and real person.
Yep.
Yes, we are real people.
That's what I get for getting on the Harry Potter ride. Keys that way.
Yep.
Ultimately.
And speaking of Harry Potter, first and foremost, I want to say rest in peace to Michael Gambon, who was the replacement Dumbledore. Rest in power, good sir. I thought he was fantastic. I thought both Dumbledores brought something different to the character, but were both great. But he was, a phenomenal actor in general as well. So please rest in power, good sir. But just gearing up for that. But also, don't forget the Hu Yang clan ain't nothing to force with. Dave. Talk about the
that's the new one.
Hu Yang is for the young.
There.
Oh, that's a new one. Oh, sorry.
Hu Yang is for the younglings. So popular. This is what we have out right now on TeePublic. We've got the Hu Yang ain't nothing to force with. Our master, which is part of the Daughters of the Galaxy collection, but we also have what we suspect. This is our prediction on what part 8 of Ahsoka is going to be. It's the voyage home. And you can, home to, Starfleet headquarters in San Francisco there with, the space whales and all the different ships. There's the Chimera and Ahsoka's ship and the space ring there. So that's our predictions. But Hu Yang ain't nothing to force with has been so popular just in the hours that we have had it on TeePublic. We have Hu Yang is for the younglings. Right there. So both of these shirts This one will be available very shortly. We just created that in the pre-show, so you can get yourself one, both, all of these shirts very rapidly.
Hey, Pete, how are you? So, first and foremost, is anyone seeing us on Facebook?
So it is not. That's what I'm doing over here. And the other thing is, it is not on the group at the moment. So I think you are sharing it. You're sharing it to a page, and I'm trying to locate that page where you were sharing it. And
I think I did to Virtual Cantina. Maybe I did. There we did.
Virtual Cantina.
All right, so
yeah,
I'm going to
it's on.
All right, so now we should be up on fail to post here. Can now you create a son of a biscuit?
There we go.
I see how it is.
They're not even allowing me to share from my end.
All right, hang on. We're getting it. We're getting it to go on there.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
Oh, it's failed. Yeah, because that one can't go live. That's why it's not connected. It has to be you.
Okay. So I just did a thingy. So yes. So I want to give a quick shout out to Peter Young, who not only was recognized, but he was wearing on a London jersey, and Emily knew exactly who we were right off of that. So he met up with Emily and Tate at Oz Comic Con last weekend. So we were kind of represented around the world.
Way to represent, Pete.
Good job.
Yes.
We are the world. We are the
children.
80.
Yes, exactly. But
thanks everybody for joining us. We had some snafu with our connection there, so
we had some snafu. But let's do a repeat. Dave, why don't you talk about the Wu-Tang Clan a little bit? Again.
So, yes, by popular demand, we'll talk about it again, is Virtual Cantina Forever, friends, is Hu Yang Ain't Nothing to Force With. This tee is up on TeePublic as of today, along with our Ahsoka Master shirt. There might have been another one that might have been asked to remove, cease and desist. We've been there, done that. But we've got part of our Daughters of the Galaxy collection. The Ahsoka Master is up. And here is our prediction for Ahsoka Part 4. It's going to be called The Voyage Home, just as our favorite, Star Trek 4. You've got your space whales headed back for San Francisco with the Chimera. What's that?
Notman would not approve.
No, Notman would not approve in the slightest. But Hu Yang has been so popular already today. In the pre-show, we made up another Hu Yang shirt that will be available. It's Hu Yang is for the younglings, people, because isn't he? Isn't he? I think so. So this one will be available very shortly. So look out for both of them. They are like, how many % off? Is it like 30% off for the first
35%
48
off
hours?
Right now. And that includes all of our shirts are 35% off right now.
What about
nice.
So yes,
go out, get one, both, all. Go get your Hu Yang shirts at tpublic.com. User virtual-cantina.
Hu Yang.
Hu Yang, there be wheels.
Yes. Very much so. So very excited about that. Very excited about the shirts. Some great meetups going on. Holy Mark Hamill sighting. Mark Hamill is doing his first signing since 2017 in San Francisco. We will have a meetup at San Francisco Comic-Con. And they announced today the 4 Hobbits as more people for that show.
And they're doing all the pre-sale seating for his panel.
Yeah.
Weird.
So Hunter Reed is running a great meetup for us at San Francisco. We have obviously our big meetup at Rhode Island Comic Con, which is going to be very well attended. And we're just waiting for the final details. We will have a meetup as part of New York Comic Con this year. So our events manager, Kathy, is putting that together. They got some good plans set. So that'll be announced in the next day or
And
so.
you can always, if you're in New York, go invade the De Nuevo Novo booth. Just invade Mark's space. Be there all the time. Try on every helmet on the wall.
And ask
Remember it. If you lick it, it's yours.
Or you're ejected from the event. One or the other.
Yes.
Ownership with that.
Oh, mercy.
Yeah, not going down that pole. I mean,
Anywho,
speaking of helmet, holy, like, helmet news Batman. If you have an Ollie's discount store, okay? If you have an Ollie's discount store, it is now officially in the advertisement that they have Trapper Wolf Black Series helmets for $30. Okay. So
after we just spent $100.
Yeah, mine's in the other room.
There quickly, people. Not all of them have it. They have sold like absolute hotcakes at some locations. I may have been to 2 repeatedly. I did get a Captain America shield.
Nice. Yeah, I saw that was part of the one of the deals.
And that's like,
that was the gold.
My nearest Ollie's is Arlington, Texas. So no, I can't do that, unfortunately. It's a little far to go.
So are we gonna see?
No, I am at the very least lucky to have 2 within like 40-ish minutes of here.
So are we going to see Dave Filoni, or are we going to see Trapper Wolf?
you know, you never know who's going to show up to these places. I got to bust that one out. I got to do some work on my chest box to get the you know, I don't know, Trapper John, whatever. No, that's mixing my metaphor. Ooh,
Trapper John Wolfie.
Ooh.
There you go.
Mash up.
Yeah.
See what I did there? Mash up.
Yeah. I absolutely see that. But yes, we got some great meetups, great things happening around the group right now. A lot of great shows, a lot of great actors are coming out all around. Also, tickets go on sale tomorrow for the private signing with the captain of the Enterprise D, Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart.
Yay.
And it's a very good price.
I thought it was very nice.
Yeah.
Compared to some of the private signings that we've had with some of our Star Wars friends, it's a very nice price.
Yes. Now it's always trying to figure out, okay, do I get Picard? Do you get Charles Xavier? Do you get King Richard from Robin Hood Men in Tights?
So many choices.
So many different choices, so many different things. Just don't get anything signed from Generations because you'll actually lose money on that. Oh, so
Hey.
Ashley's in the crowd. Why don't you show her the new shirt, Dave? I know that you just showed it, but
one more time.
The new one or the
There it is.
New
shirt coming, Ashley, coming soon. There you go. By popular demand, we created this one in the pre-show.
yes. So very excited about that. But yeah, so between Mark and Patrick Stewart and obviously with
Mhm.
Ashley, I will have it up within the hour. What's it called? We a lot of good stuff going on around here. So
I think you should get like a little flute and send it in and have him sign. What is it? What was the dude's name? Like Cayman?
yeah.
Cayman?
When he
Get the
spent
little flute
life, yeah, when he it's like this.
Yes.
Did we
I always go for too deep of a reference for Spencer even?
You see, I might want to get something from Locutus signed because I love that storyline.
Ooh.
I like the episode of the whole life in one episode.
And Skip, you can just Photoshop him into your cast piece and then have him sign it.
There you go. No
Yes.
more of the difference.
Where's my day for
Yes. So I'm gonna have to ask you, Skip. So how's it been for you to jump in and host for the last couple of weeks?
It's been a blast. I was like, okay, I get a little invitation, gonna get myself all prepared, be ready to go, and then it's like, oh well, hey, can you come next week? And I was joking that we're gonna have to take my temporary staff off, or our fill-in staff if somebody else gets sick or has to go on vacation next week.
Well,
I'll be like,
well, actually,
rotating out.
Just say that.
I'm going to be watching Alice in Chains at the casino.
So playing the part of Jeff next week will be Skip.
Yes.
Woo!
So there you go, Skip. No, you've been doing a great job.
Not that I'm browsing eBay while we're doing this, but you can actually get a plaster life mask cast of Patrick Stewart as Locutus on eBay.
Ooh.
Just saying.
Too bad he's not doing quotes because I would totally get I'm Locutus of Borg, resistance is futile.
Resistance is futile.
Like right across his forehead.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, Hunter.
Hunter, we were just talking about you. Hunter's running the meetup in San Francisco for us. So thank you very much, brother.
He's there,
We
guy.
really appreciate that. But yeah, we're about 12 minutes out from this episode, and this season's been pretty damn good.
It's very intense.
Yeah.
It has.
What's your take, Skip?
I really enjoyed this episode. I just it reminded me of the way that they all interlocked and intermeshed in Rebels. It was like all this time away, and they get into a little this and that, and it feels like they've never been away from each other. And it was kind of nice to feel like the family was all there again.
Right. It's been a lot of fun. A lot of everything in this episode. Yeah, some old school, some new school.
So put it together, and then turtle people. You can just never get enough of turtle people. I mean, the world is missing turtle people all the time.
And we'll have a new shirt eventually saying, "Let's get naughty."
I want like what they have for Chopper. I want to know what these little guys are saying when they're talking all the time.
Yeah.
I have a need to understand the turtle people.
Yeah, so Chopper, who's ready to cut a person this past week, there was almost like a hate crime going to happen in the Senate office.
In the courtroom.
Yeah.
He was very
Carson Vega had
I wasn't worried. I wasn't worried as much about like Chopper, but why can't I think of his name right now? Like Chopper's sitting there and he's having a fit, but
Carson.
Yeah, Carson.
X-wing pilot that's been hanging around.
Carson Vega.
What's that?
Carson.
Yes. I thought he was just giving some like side eye, and he's just like you and me in the parking lot after this deal.
Yeah, but I think Kaz's dad is going to have an accent over a banister in Hosnian Prime because there's going to be some droid pushing him over.
Shoved out a.
Well, this was where was it? I was talking about this, but this is what annoys me about the deal here is that guy is on like an important senatorial committee, and he is completely an Imperial sympathizer. And it's like, this is what's wrong. This is what's wrong with the deal. This is why there's about to be a government shutdown because like 3 people don't get their way. And oh wait, that's no real politics.
That's real
Sorry.
life.
Oh, never mind.
There's no politics in Star Wars.
Reboot.
Did you know this?
Yes, just because we have a Senate.
Oh.
So if you go to TeePublic right now, Dave,
No.
could you put the banner up?
Oh no, you can do it.
Oh.
You can get that shirt right now, 35% off.
Woo! Woo! Oh, we hit it. I think we're hitting
Fighting over the button.
the same thing at the same time.
Yes.
Fighting over the button. You press it. I'll press it. I'll press it. Hu Yang is for the younglings, people.
But the shirt is called for the children because I don't get sued.
Have Wu-Tang come after you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hu Yang killer. Oh man.
It's
No, but-
it's like some days it's amazing. Some days it just writes itself. I tell you.
Well, the funny thing was, like, we were laughing about
Perfect.
this on the support group about the Wu-Tang. And then moments after I posted today, Steve Fiddler Roof from the 501st New Jersey messaged me and said we have to do the for the younglings. And literally not even 10 minutes later, Ashley's posting saying we need to do for the younglings.
Mhm.
So evidently it's a good idea somewhere.
Indeed.
But no, but make sure in the next 7 minutes, make sure you have your D plus machines. But also, like I said, we will have information about the Virtual Cantina meetup at New York Comic Con in the next day or so. It will be the Saturday night meetup of that. And that lineup for Star Wars is ridiculously good. And
Well,
we're talking-
and other properties and stuff too. It's craziness.
Oh yeah, I mean, when you got Cap, you got Loki, you got
Yeah. Go hit up Ollie's and get your $40 Captain America shield and get it signed.
Mhm.
Right.
we're talking Brendan, Lateef, Tate, Katie O'Brien, Katie Sackhoff, Omid Abadari, Joanna Bennett, Diana Insanto, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Mercedes, Simon. You're talking about like some heavy hitter star and David Tennant. Speaking of Hu Yang, someone needs to buy that damn shirt and bring it to David Tennant.
And get him to autograph it.
Look at Dave's face right now.
Yeah. Mission. That come on, people, right now. I need
When is,
somebody a picture with David Tennant and Hu Yang is for the children shirt. Go.
I think
when is that?
that's in 2 weeks.
Yes. Mark Von Olen. Mark, go buy you a yellow tank top with that on. Oh.
It's going to be my new favorite. If you know kind of shirt. That one that people go, hey.
If you order it today, you'll probably have it in time.
Do
Just
it.
throwing it up there. It just went up. It literally went up in the last 5 minutes. And I do know that my print is going to New York to get David Diana and Mary Elizabeth. So
Very nice.
also, I want to plug. Yeah, you should be fine actually. But I also want to plug in Rhode Island that they announced Carrie Ann Moss,
Nice.
who is not just Trinity, but
Acolyte.
lead of the Acolyte. So there's another Star Wars actress for Rhode Island. And one person missing from the Breakfast Club crew. Emilio. He's not there.
Oh.
Emilio! Sorry, wrong movie.
So wear a Letterman jacket and or letter jack, whatever they call it.
I would wear a Gordon Bombay jersey.
Well, if you could stand in as Emilio is all I'm saying, and get a photo with the rest of them.
I know Emilio doesn't come, but we didn't.
Yet.
Well, I didn't think that we were going to get Jed Nelson.
Uh-huh.
That was an odd one. But I think I would have to get him on something Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, there it is. Dang.
So much goodness. But yeah, we got about 4 minutes. Anything anybody wants to talk about before we jump on? Oh, VCN stuff. What's going on VCN, Dave? Dave?
Uh-oh.
Dave's not here, man.
Getting audio issues.
Uh-oh.
Did he freeze? Oh, he looks.
Playing the part of Spencer tonight is Dave.
Well, pre-show, my computer was sucking wind, so who knows what was on there. But next Wednesday, Daughters of the Galaxy.
I'm hearing.
Oh, there's his
you
audio.
guys are in and out for me, so I don't know what's up and whether I'm freezing, you're freezing.
In and out was meh. But we will be doing
Hi.
Hello. A
Might
show
wanna
sort of like our Ahsoka Eve show, but we're going to do a recap of Ahsoka with a lot of the hosts from our shows and some special guests as well, talking about our review and see how many of our predictions were correct. I would have to say that I think Mark Von Olin is actually probably pretty high this show as opposed to in the past. Dave is blurry.
Yeah, Dave's messed up. We might want to. I wonder if I can remove
Jeffy, the host.
Well, we're more than one of us usually come in.
Oh, he's back.
On the account. Are you back?
I think I'm back.
There you go.
So
Okay,
so besides the new show with next Wednesday, what's going on VCN, Dave?
All things going on the VCN is, we've got you just talked about maybe the predictions, wrap up the who, what, did we do it right, did we get it wrong, everybody together. But we've got Jedi Archives. They've been taping some new comic reviews. They're back to that. I think eventually probably it was announced today that they'll be reviewing maybe the Rebels 10th anniversary comics that are coming out. I think that's it. Is it 10? 10? Has it been that long? Really? No, I don't know.
They're supposed to be doing the High Republic Adventures wrap up right now this week.
And we will have the Ahsoka after show. They're always dropping. They'll drop this week's episode. I think was this special guest from the Unifying Force tonight.
I'm not sure.
So Hunter asked a really good question. If you prefer an autograph or a photo, if you have only one chance to meet somebody. If you're talking about Mark,
that is a loaded question.
I have an opinion about this.
Skip, go ahead.
Because when I first got into this, I thought the photo op would be so cool because it would be me and whoever it was in a photo forever. But it is cool to have the picture there. But as far as the experience and being there, man, the photo op is like a cattle call. Bang, 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 bang. Stand on the line, click, get out of here. Whereas at least with a autograph option, you've got a few minutes to talk to them while they're signing the autograph or asking your name or they, a lot of them nowadays are going, well, what do you do for a living and what's going on? So they've got something that they can gather from you to put in the autograph. So Brent Spiner did that for me, and a few others have, asked me, what do you do for a living? And I think that the experience, of the autograph is much more thrilling and connecting than the photo op, because they barely even know they can't even ask you what your name is. It's being done so fast.
Yeah.
It really depends on what's going on. I mean, I think at this juncture, if I had the money, I do have my favorite shot in Star Wars that needs to be finished by Mark. So I would do that. But if I had to choose one versus the other, I don't know. Because I do have Adam Driver already on that piece. And I need Mark. Like, whoa. But anyway,
yeah.
See, but I don't think Mark is going to be looking up from the table. I really think it's going to be like Ewan, or it's going to be like Michael J. Fox.
I will disagree with you on Ewan at that point right there, because that's the opportunity to even have him speak to you,
and then you fangirl up and
both Dave and I froze on the same thing.
Okay, like Ewan merely had to say hello there, and it was like,
huh?
And I even went with the intention of not playing with Dave O'Neill, and I did anyway.
And I could not get out General Kenobi, and it was no. Oh, right, exactly. Just couldn't. And it was a thing. So I mean, it's like, I don't know. You have Mark Hamill that's so powerful. It's like, what would he's saying anything? I mean, he could give you a Joker laugh, and it would take like no time at all. And how iconic would that be?
Oh, and I was just thinking about this, since they just announced the Hobbits. Elijah is in the cartoon Clone Wars, and you got Dominic Monaghan, who's Beaumont in Rise. So you got 2 more Star Wars actors there.
All the things.
Yes. Anyway, we're about that time. So why don't you click that 10?
And here we go. You ready, Dave?
Yo. And we go.
Do not skip that recap.
Do not skip.
There's a lot going on in this thing.
Well, you could skip. I wonder, can I still skip at this point? Can I skip? I don't know.
No skips allowed. We're allowed to have one.
One.
On camera.
One skip. Here it is.
Only John Rhys Davies is allowed to skip.
That was so flippin' funny. Turtle people!
Woo!
Hermit crab people.
I'm telling you, I have been wondering for like 2 weeks how fast a t-shirt with those screen captures of those critters with, colored bandanas would get pulled down. How fast would it happen?
I want one with a slingshot.
Now, here's a question. Is that slingshot, was that Ezra's slingshot?
Ezra's, that looked like mechanical or whatever.
Oh, no, yeah.
Those are very rudimentary.
Maybe he taught them how to make slingshots.
Most likely.
Well, I mean, he gave them all the little wooden insignia, rebel insignias.
This is
He's
true.
probably making all kinds of nonsense over the last,
Rebel now, rebel forever.
So, but they never changed the color of the helmets in here. So or whatever, however you pronounce his name, he stayed blue, and Sabine stayed red, which I feel is weird.
Foreshadowing.
Well,
It
Marek,
didn't say-
Marek, whatever his name was, he was bad technically, and he turned into green smoke. So that's definitely not what good guys do. Not from where
Well,
I come.
maybe it is. I mean, Yoda faded into nothing. That was almost like
He didn't
green
turn
smoke.
into green smoky mist. He just bailed. He's like later.
So is Dawn the creature that looks like Nine Numb?
The
I didn't pay attention. I did not freeze frame the
It's-
credits for once in this episode.
I don't think is she credited as a specific character or just as a puppet?
Yeah, there's a name, but I don't know whether or not
Oh, well, you gotta
which one she is.
right. I don't know, but it's funny to hear objections from the droid in the gallery.
Yeah, as if you could stop the droid from speaking. I thought Hera looked weird without the goggles. The like head thing without the goggles is just like.
Oh yeah, it does look sort of like it's missing something. It doesn't fit the same. Maybe it's like a different version. Because yeah, her ears are uncovered too,
Right.
or whatever those bump things are called. I don't think they're called ears, but whatever. I don't know. Somebody in the chat probably knows.
Yeah. Is anybody getting like
different gear on? So she looks a little like the coat is cut differently. Her jacket, and it matches what Carson's wearing. And then her headgear is different without the goggle headset combination.
Oh, I screamed at this point. I heard it, and I was like, "Woo!"
So yes, so it was confirmed not only by Chris Bartlett 5 minutes after the episode, but by Anthony Daniels himself. Anthony is in the suit.
I love that. I think that just adds so much like gravitas to this show that you have the OG, in there.
Well, you weren't going to get a lot of the others, so this was the best grab, and really carried on. My new favorite missed line, the line that they should have said, was during this repertoire is like, she's talking about, the remnant and they're not really, and he's like, I keep waiting for her to say, that's exactly what they thought of us as rebels, and why now they're making the same mistake as the Empire did,
Exactly.
treating us like separate rebel envies. It's like it'd been a perfect time to say, that's exactly what the Empire did, and now you're making their same mistake.
Did you also notice that 3PO has like a thick neck?
I didn't notice that. I noticed he didn't like. He seemed like comparatively, Hera is really tall.
No. One thing that I noticed is that he's talking a lot with his head back, which I thought was weird because you could see more of his neck than maybe you would normally.
Yeah, I guess because the senators are up on a raised platform.
But look at like there when he's on the side view, he's very kind of like arched back, like more arched than maybe normal.
Is anybody getting like Khan vibes from Senator Ziono? That outfit is very like the green tapestry. It's very like Space Seed Khan.
You mean like Ricardo Montalban or Bernard Cumberbatch?
Excuse me. Who are you talking to?
Strange
There is one Khan. And
Madeline?
And he hangs out with Tattoo. That's Khan. I do like to Hera in the contacts in this close-up shot when you've got really nice lighting, like in the Senate chamber and the thing. The eyes are really
In a lot of those
She's
dark
growing on
shots,
me.
like cockpit shots, she's not lit well, and it makes it kind of seem flat.
Mm-hmm.
It's taken a while. It's taken a few episodes, but I think she's really growing on me as Hera.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, I have to say, we just completely went over it, but how about the fact that they talked about Gideon on Mandalore?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Then
Tie everything in.
Tie it all in.
Raider just dismissed it. So we'll see what happens with that.
Purgles.
Wondering how many clubs are going to be playing loops of the Purgles flying through hyperspace in the background while they're blaring their music. Just because some trippy people be like, rave.
Once again, incredible to see Hayden in the outfit, and we finally get the wording that we got in the original trailer.
This is like the everything coming full circle, the vergence of it's like what Ewan talked about when he was preparing for Kenobi. It's like, well, I had to go back and do research, and not only I had to watch me, but I had to watch Alec Guinness, and I had to turn me into James, and then take James and then turn it in. So this is Hayden playing Matt, who was playing Hayden.
Hayden, right.
And I think the real send off of, in case I'm not there, I want you to continue on, looking at that, because, he always thought he'd live forever. But then in this moment of honesty, he said, there's always this possibility I won't be there. I've given you everything you need. You can survive. You can, just think about what I've trained you and trust your feelings. I thought that was just a real foreshadowing kind of moment.
Well, but see, this is Ahsoka failing as a Jedi, because what do Jedi not supposed to have?
Attachments.
And who keeps a box of 8-tracks with their old master in the closet?
Hey, if the mini disc player still works, bust it out.
So, what's called? I think it was on Screen Crush that they said that it would be great to see Ahsoka give that box to Luke.
That'd be
So
well, if you go back to Rebels, Ezra makes a comment, when Ahsoka's on there listening to a recording of Anakin, that he had seen these videos as well and used them in his own training. I think that Anakin made some of those that were public and anybody could see them. So I wonder if Luke ever got an opportunity to watch the more public recordings that Anakin did.
Accessing Jedi archives of sort.
Or,
well, I mean, you got to remember, Ezra's saying that, and that's post Order 66 and the Empire's creation.
Once you put anything on the space internet, it's there forever.
So does anybody else think that if you took a quarter to Yuang's chest plate, you might get a nickel battery out?
Turn that little thingy.
Yes. But Wu-Tang?
Hu-Wang.
There you go.
Hu-Yang. I mean, I didn't say.
For the younglings.
Indeed.
So,
mine's already on the way.
Nice.
Oh, you just ordered it?
Oh, yeah, ordered it while we were doing the show.
Fantastic. So, we talked about this on the support group. These mines, first and foremost, we needed a seismic charge going off from this.
Oh, yeah.
Also, does this remind anybody, if you remember the asteroid mines from Guardians 2 when they're being chased by the Sovereigns?
Yeah.
I thought also there's an episode of, I think it's 2 episodes of Star Trek, different series of Star Trek, where this happens, and there's these mines that are gravity mines that you fly too close to, and they just start chasing you.
What was the Star Trek spoof that Tim what's his face did?
Oh, and Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest. There's a scene
That
like
was-
Galaxy
Oh,
Quest.
yes.
Where there's all the mines and goes after that guy.
Yeah, that was the best Star Trek sequel that wasn't a Star Trek sequel ever.
Whoever designed this episode should be shot.
That was a classic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now the question is, the Purgle bones, were those caused by Thrawn killing the Purgle as they come through?
So I think what that was is it wasn't that. Is they said, I think in a couple of episodes ago, that
Like
the
they're
Purgles, the reason they go here is they go here to die. It's like an elephant graveyard. It's the Purgle graveyard.
Yeah,
It's
but
the home of John Drake.
It's just, yeah.
yes,
He
feeds
would
off of
enjoy
it.
that. He would build a summer home there.
And a winter home as well. But yeah, it's like I got the elephant graveyard vibes from when they said this was where they this Purgle graveyard.
So would you say the Howlers are like the hyenas?
There you go. That could work. And and Ahsoka and Huyang right now are Simba and Nala running through the thing.
Okay, question for everybody. Who are those pilots? Because they definitely don't look like TIE pilots.
Imperial pilots.
Where did they come from?
Some variation of trooper or pilot based
Those
on
I was wondering if they're non-imperial, like Skip was saying, are they versions of those samurai mercenary guys?
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's clearly Zazu.
I like that.
I like that.
So this was great. He's like, her master is General Anakin Skywalker. He's like, I know who that is.
Like, aha. So
Got a lot of backstory.
yeah.
There's more of this weird variation of the hologram too. It's like more ethereal kind of that they were using. Didn't Ahsoka use? No.
Maybe that's technology from the planet instead of from the galaxy far, far away.
So when did Thrawn disappear? Yeah, Thrawn was Anakin. Yeah, he would have both fought with Anakin and potentially Vader.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Lonnie is talking about it right now.
Yeah, is Lonnie, I would think that, it's that whole thing where the clone army turned into the Imperial army, and Thrawn would have potentially been there when Anakin was serving as a general and rolled over into the Empire, and it gets complicated.
Well, Thrawn met both, obviously Anakin and Vader in that book. That book was written after the Disney takeover, so it becomes canon.
And speaking of canon, I don't know if everybody noticed that they posted today that in one of the newest Star Wars comic books, Loose Harvest shows up in the back in a cantina.
Ooh. Are we talking about this one, Skip?
No.
Ascendancy.
Hold on a second. Little research here.
Well, Lonnie says it.
What the hell is that?
Ascendancy.
We don't need no stinking research.
I thought this was weird. It's like running a scan and then this like little light-hearted music as they go to the planet, and you see the little turtle people like moving across the plains. Like, I don't know, bison in the American West.
It's
migrating.
Thrawn Alliance.
How about this one? The Emperor died. That's what people say.
Yep.
Oh,
Word
yeah.
on the street. What I don't like about
Nice
this.
ride. Well, it doesn't look like much, but she got to where it counts. And would you get your feet off the dash?
Okay, this is still annoying me that Sabine won't just level with Ezra and tell him the whole deal, because like Thrawn is potentially like 5 minutes behind us, and we're like crawling along in the space Winnebago, and
What I don't like is how slow they are going right now. Spoiler alert, they go a lot faster very soon. And
I think Winnebago can go
like
faster.
having some urgency trying to get to where they're going. But I guess they still need that,
See, Dave, let me introduce this thought to you. This is called creating drama by stretching out the story.
This is called "It annoys me when they do stupid things."
Yes, I agree.
Just tell him.
Come on, you know how close behind they are. You know that this 2 mile an hour, the OJ trip here going down the road, is not going to get you any farther away from Thrawn than if you had just got out and run.
So I just got a message from Peter Young. He has us up on a big screen TV at his place right now.
Scurry.
Extreme close up.
Exactly. Now, look, I respect the acting of Balin Skull here. Is he's riding up like with one hand and his saber hand free.
Yes.
Right.
When he's riding the Howler, but he's riding it like Western correctly. One hand, saber.
So he's gonna be like William Wallace.
That's right. Freedom.
I still love the fact that Claudia Gray is playing one of the Great Mothers.
And Lonnie, I don't know if you heard me, but it was not Ascendancy, but it was Alliances that had Vader and Anakin in it.
Well, that's one of the things, Spencer, that they do for people is, okay, it's the Daniel Craig gets a cameo as a stormtrooper. Is they periodically, it's like, okay, where can we put this? We can put this person in. It doesn't take away from the story, but you get to say, "Oh, I'm in the Star Wars."
So so Bruce,
whatever his name was.
Bruce, you're quite correct. I mean, Ray got such an ovation in London, and for him not to get his dues, his flowers, because his Balin Skull has given a lot of people faith in characters again.
Mm-hmm.
And his performance is brilliant.
Yeah. He does an excellent job.
Yeah, it's every time he's off of the screen for a while, and then they show that kind of Western style riding the horse up over the hill type of scene, and you go, man, we're just really not going to get to take full advantage of all of this.
No. And like I said, as I've said, I hope, and we've only got one episode to do it, I hope he gets a good ending. Okay, I hope it's not just some rushed, ridiculous thing that they're going to have to kind of write in season 2 or the movie with like CG. I really hope he has a good ending. Not just, something happened to him off screen and no.
What's pissing me off is now people are actually trying to cast the role for season 2.
No.
We haven't found out if he's going to survive this one.
Right.
Who's the head? Remind me again who the head witch is? The
Claudia Gray from Farscape.
Yeah, that's right.
Claudia Black. Claudia Gray's the author.
I love her.
Now, did you see now when Enoch comes in that the little thing is like the green mist, the hologram even like looked like green mist floating in before it solidified?
Yeah.
Well, that's the way the holograms have been like forming out of that. I guess originally it was the Night Sister talking to Balin and Hottie the first time, like early episode, and then more recently in the one where we keep seeing Enoch, and it's a totally different style of. Yeah, you can see it like it's weird particles.
Yeah.
So it's like half magic, half technology, or some nonsense. I don't know.
See, and then right there, Bruce, that happens. He just rides off into the sunset. Then we get to argue forever. He's slumped in the saddle. Is he dead? Slumped isn't dead. He was alive. He could have survived that shot. Just like we can argue that forever.
Do not say that very loud, because Dave Filoni would catch that and think, oh, yeah, let me do one of those vague endings for this character so people can argue about it forever what really happened.
Well, that's what happened with Shane. We're arguing about it to this. I am. I don't know about other people. I'm arguing that.
Shane's dead.
No. He can survive. No. Slumped is not dead. He was slumped over. He's hurt, but not dead. He's riding off, and he could get better.
He'll recover.
A good friend of mine, he's a plumber for me, and he's like, today we're at a job site and he's going, hey man, I keep seeing these memes with this blonde girl going, I'd go to the dark side for her, what's this all about? I said, yeah, I'd go to the dark side for her, so we had to talk about who she was, and I was trying to explain, she's not really a Sith, but she's a Force user that's not a Jedi.
She's young Sindel from the Ewok show.
No, she's Phasma. Did you not see that one today?
Oh, I've seen
that one.
It's like not everybody has to be somebody.
Yeah.
Maybe
she
she's
can just be her. She can be a badass blonde on the Ahsoka show.
There you go.
And since I'm married to a badass blonde, they tend to capture my attention.
Yes, you are.
That sounds like Bridget just passed by in the background.
No, the door is closed.
Like, okay,
I'm not kissing up,
Now, I did think the CG got a little bit cheesy when they had the line of mercenaries going over the thing. It was like
very bouncy.
Yeah,
and a lot of repetitive stuff was going on in their actions. I was noticing.
Did these stormtroopers look clunky to you when they were running up the ramp?
I don't like stormtroopers. Even classic stormtroopers kind of look clunky. I that didn't bother me.
So this scene's better with them riding hard.
These wolves tend to run like German shepherds, don't you think, Dave?
Yes. I think there's been a lot of talk that these wolves, howlers, whatever, may really be modeled on Filoni's dog.
There's your slingshot.
Actually,
that is so classic.
Correct. That's 100% correct.
Yeah,
they're based on Wolfie.
There you go. See, right there. That's where I thought he said Utini.
Yeah, I think it sounded like that too.
Well, that's like the what's that yell that they use all the time?
Oh, the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, the Wilhelm. The second generation Wilhelm yell is Houdini.
So this totally reminded me of a cross between the Ewoks from Jedi as well as the Gungans.
Yeah. It does, and some of it gives you kind of that like comic relief fighting is okay. Right. Let's do a slingshot at him and it does nothing, and like smash the ships together and try and get something going. Oh, throwing the kitchen sink at him.
When they do this circle thing, I'm sorry, what the Blazing Saddle scene where there's one stagecoach going around.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I get where they were going with the classic Western kind of deal, but yeah.
Do you also notice that it kind of closes up like the Keaton version of the Batmobile? Yeah.
Very mechanical in the same way. Loud whooshing.
There were so many components going on in this scene. You know, there's the battle on the ground, the battle in the air, the transition from the battle in the air to the battle on the ground, and then Balin.
Yeah.
See,
See,
just chilling there watching.
Sherry, I don't know what's up with these troopers. I was expecting to see like a lot of like the green mist when they started like taking out troopers, but we didn't get that. So now we still don't know what's up with these guys.
These are zombie troopers. And the coward wolf, he's like, yeah, I'm standing here. No problem.
There was lots of comments on them not turning into green mist, so there's something else. Haven't seen one with their like having their helmet removed.
Well, that's what I thought we were going to get here. Is we get like the Tamora Morrison, the Boba Fett goes ham on the troopers in Mando. Is he starts just cracking helmets and splitting people. I thought that's what we were about to get here.
Right. To get Robert to do an episode. I felt this whole thing was very pointless, where she has him, or she does that
slide off the ramp,
turns it into a slide. Spoiler alert! There it goes, and slides down. It's like you could have just went to the bottom of the stairs and jumped off, or ran down the stairs and jumped off.
It was definitely,
yeah. It was like I'm gonna rail slide down the stairs, and like she had to reverse her magnetic shoes on now.
Yeah, and then like doesn't really land particularly gracefully.
Yeah,
you know,
that was part of the CG issues I was bugged with originally too. The way her movement is when she lands. Besides the way that she lands in general, but the way that they animated it, I felt was kind of clunky.
You really believe Balin when he says, "Are you surprised?" And he said, or I mean, are you? What did she say? I'm sorry. Are you know? It's like, oh, this is a surprise. And then she says, well, are you disappointed? And he says, no. You truly believe that he was not disappointed that she survived that.
Yeah, his motivations are weird.
I hope we get to find out what they are by the end of the show, but maybe they were trying to save him for something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's very interesting with this whole thing with Hottie and sending her off and having her do all the like calling and confirming and going after elements, and him just hanging out, and then whatever he does later.
How about his mastery of the Force now that he's had probably so much time to practice that he can manipulate the Force?
He's doing a lot of moves that are Force, as opposed to he's touching a few people, but doesn't have to touch everybody. Some of his kicks and stuff are not connecting. But
again, I'm not happy with this. Is not our Sabine from Rebels. This is Sabine. Okay, gets smacked and hit just all the time.
Yeah, she's not living up to her Rebels self for sure.
Not quite as badass as she was.
The one thing that they talked about on Screen Crush was this scene with him using a lot of Force moves like that, and if you noticed earlier on, he was doing things like he did a leg swipe, sweep, and the guy was like a few feet away and got affected by it, as opposed to him actually physically contacting him. And a few other moves where he did a lot of pushing and stuff. And when they showed that and talked about this scene, they showed a clip from Jedi where it's quite obvious that Luke missed the
kick, Force kick.
He kicked him, so now it's been retconned as a Force kick.
Yeah.
And did you see the
Although it should have been.
her saber? You know, when he stops her saber midair, and there's
Yeah,
almost
you see it like draining off the other way,
like,
like he's pushing.
like being pushed back in the flow of the force.
Right. I mean, those very like Kylo right there. It's just like
Yeah.
Well, if we get Balin asking, Shin to share her pain and go full Cybok on her, then we're gonna have some issues.
Well, there you go.
God, he's so classic there.
Make it rain.
It was amazing, and then how it ends is like such a trip.
Well, it's very, and to be honest with you, it's very classic Thrawn how they end this scene.
The interaction. Yeah.
He is in the books. The Zahn version of Thrawn. He has acknowledged when he's winning and when he's losing early on. He recognizes how the battle's going to play out even before it plays out, and says, "Okay, that's good enough for me." And that's it was a very Zahn-esque way of Filoni using Thrawn.
Well, I hoped he'd stick as close to the original material as they can.
Yeah. Well, he's always said, I don't know, I'm sure you guys have seen it because it's all over social media, him talking about, utilizing fan-known material. Okay, I need to create an admiral. Okay, let's use one that the fans already know because they're going to like it. But then the aspect of that is he goes, that only works if I can keep it true to what the fans are used to. If I have to change it too much, if that's not going to work, no. Let's go do something else.
That's going to be Dave's next cosplay.
I'm telling you, Mark Von Olen, Comic-Con, just like a 2XL Krennic uniform needs to fall off a truck.
I love how the dog, the Howler, is like chilling with the little naughty kid. Like,
oh yeah, instead of eating them now, they're best buds hiding out.
This is total Ezra. We can talk. Yeah, how about take us as prisoners? That is totally what Ezra would say.
Let's be reasonable.
Now we saw an interesting thing there. One of the trooper helmets was like blackened and charred.
And then here's Ahsoka pulling off the same move. Okay, I don't need mine. You're not good enough for me to pull out my sabers.
Well, I think it's kind of funny as well because you got Shin right there pulling like a Kylo, just being so like emo crazy with a lightsaber.
Well, and how difficult of a time Ahsoka was really having against Balin, at least the first time, and she just Shin was like dump.
Shin was nothing compared to Balin, and in the most recent fight, she actually did use her two sabers versus not in the original battle.
Well, he also said to Shin, it's like your need to win is going to be your downfall.
Haste or whatever. Yeah. That's why she bailed
rush,
out.
Your rush to victory.
Yeah,
that's it. That's why she took all. Or sorry, spoiler alert. I don't know if that's happened yet. I can't remember. Anyways. But
and
I love how he's playing Cones of Dunshire, and now he switched it up to
he's just back playing Risk.
And
Cones of Dunshire, if you ever watch Parks and Rec.
You do a battle and you've lost 20 of your 30 or you've lost 10 of your 30, and you're going to keep the 20, so you pull back instead of fighting to the very end. I know
it's very deliberate.
But look at the technician and tactician that Thrawn is. He's basically saying, they've given us time. We're almost done with our deeds, and we can get the hell out of here. Let them fight. They're distracting everything, so we can do what we have to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I thought that Sabine was acting very kind of overly confident while they were blasting on her earlier, with acting almost like she had her helmet on,
Right.
because she was like taking shots like to the back, and it's like, dude, what? That was just up a little or ricocheted or something right in the back of your head.
Yeah, I think she should have been fighting with the helmet during that. That would be very much Sabine.
And that should have been something that like Ahsoka brought back to her. Like she should have handed her the helmet and then hugged Ezra.
Yeah.
But the helmet's still where on her ship?
I don't know if she even we haven't seen it since she picked it up on the planet.
Did she leave it there at the temple?
Who knows? She's just like, okay, nope, we're gone. And again, why didn't we let like Sabine chase her? Chase her down.
Yeah.
I'm not dead yet.
Mm-hmm. Where's all the dead naughties at? That's what I want to know.
I don't think any of them got killed.
None died. Did you see the end of the episode? No knives were injured or killed in this.
Did they say that?
In the making of this show?
The Humane Society of the Galaxy, far, far away.
There was a little thing. I thought that they're using like a different Montrail or something here. Is when Ezra hugged Ahsoka. Is the Montrail was very like squishy, but not in a bad way, fake way squishy. It was like, oh,
Turtle people rock.
Sure.
turtle rock people.
Well, I want to know how much Notman enjoys the turtle people, since they're named specifically after him.
Grandpa Naughty. Well, also reminds me of, like we said, the rock trolls from Frozen.
I think that would be a really cool cosplay.
The rock troll,
Naughty.
a Frozen naughty mashup.
Build you a naughty shell, and then your cool naughty costume.
I actually have a Frozen troll costume over there.
This does not surprise me in the slightest.
If you like it, then you better put a shell on it.
Oh.
All the single naughties, all the single naughties, all the single naughties.
There it goes again. Oh no! Oh no! What have we become?
Dave's like 10.
Oh, it's late.
Oh my God.
I love the fact that both Hayden and Anthony got their own title cards.
Yes,
Hayden and who?
Anthony. Got to get the droids up on.
Hey, Peter, how are you?
Peter.
They keep expanding the amount of names that are on these cards, which is cool. I kind of like that. Extend out these parts of the of the credits. It's so kind of different than what they've done before. I'd still really like to see credits with the
Anthony Daniels
concept art, but
Right.
I'm sure they'll put out a book. But it'd be nice to see some.
Well, still waiting for. Obviously, we're still waiting for the artwork for season 3 from Fett, from Andor. Like we're a couple books behind now.
We are. Oh, and if you are going to get your Trapper Wolf helmet at Ollie's, some locations have the big coffee table book art of Rogue One, and it's like $6.
Oh my god, that's great. Those books are amazing.
You can get that signed by Hal Heckel next year if you go on the vacation.
That's a thing.
I gotta go
All
find me
right,
a poster for Rhode Island.
So Wes Chapman is the actor who played Captain Enoch.
Mm-hmm.
Wes Chapman. Do we know him from anything?
Yeah, what was that? Has he
Okay,
been in
and
anything?
then Lieutenant Bela is Dawn.
Okay. Oh,
Um,
who's done? Dun, dun, dun. Oh yeah. Performance
Dimitri,
art, bait.
Jeff, your boy Dimitri was one of the stunt performers.
Cool.
Look at the names there. Obviously, JJ.
Yep.
Very cool. So, we're down to one more episode now. Skip, what's your thoughts, predictions of what's going to happen?
Oh, I have a prediction, but I'm not happy with my own prediction. But I think we're going to end with the chase back to the other galaxy. I think that obviously Thrawn's going to get his Star Destroyer packed up, and they're going to take off, and somehow Ahsoka and the crew are going to
return,
hitch a ride back, and it's going to end with the chase back to the Star Wars galaxy.
Look around the sun.
Which is going to leave Filoni,
time warp.
Yeah, God, did you say around this? I cannot believe you said that. But yeah, they're going to run back and catch it. They're going to get there right after Thrawn gets there, and Hera's going to have her moment to be able to say, "I told you." But I think that's where it's going to end. I think this has been a whole lead up to his movie.
Bryce texted me late last night and said, "Why do I think that Ezra's not going to make it out of the series?"
You just want stop wishing Ezra dead. You just want your prediction to be correct.
Yeah, and he keeps saying getting home is important, getting home is important, getting home is important. Somebody that emphasizes getting home that much doesn't get home is kind of like a classic storytelling method.
Right. He didn't seem that hyped when they first met. I felt it was kind of too low key, which was like the episode.
Well,
and then I liked the exchange between him and Ahsoka a little bit more, but you'd think it would have been like more of a backwards thing. That Sabine's first interaction with him would have been more like Ahsoka's, but I don't know.
Well, remember Ahsoka spent that time with him and Kanan in the Jedi Temple on Lothal, so they have that kind of moment together. So she's got her relationship with Ezra that is separate from her relationship with Sabine and Sabine's relationship.
Posted up the new shirt. Is there a story how the shirt came to be?
What shirt?
Which shirt? The Charlie Brown shirt?
For the younglings.
Oh, for the younglings? Oh, there's totally the thing. That's just because everybody has commented on that. The Hu Yang and Wu Tang came up. What did we?
Was that Tuesday?
That was Tuesday during the after show, right?
We were laughing about that.
We were riffing on it and then adding to it and making it better on Tuesday during.
But that's how we roll here at the Virtual Cantina Network. But
Peter,
anyway,
I think they've been definitely hinting to the fact that they might want to try and redeem her, but we'll see.
Yeah, and that's what happens. Like where everything happens. All right, here's some of the secret and the magic is, like, there's an envelope that I keep on my desk with.
I have some stuff over
there it is. Hu Yang, Wu Tang, right there. Hyperspace Lothcat. Oh, we have
Oh.
And then what was it? Sabine and Ahsoka Elmer Fudd crossover. So there you go.
There's the younglings instead of the younglings.
Yeah.
Kill the Lothcat,
all the things it just like lives on my desk and accumulates.
So could you have them sing "Kill the Lothcat"?
Kill the Lothcat, kill the Lothcat.
So Jeff, what's your thoughts?
I think that the Purrgil's going to come back and destroy Thrawn's Star Destroyer in the ring, along with the ring, and then give everybody else a ride back and leave Thrawn stranded. And then it's going to say written and directed by Dave Filoni.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping that the Purrgils come back and give everybody a ride home and don't have to worry about trying to hitch along with the thing. But I have a feeling they're going to do some sort of hitch along with the thing. But yeah, I'm hoping everybody gets back here in the next episode. Well, not here, into the Star Wars universe, like Skip was referring to it. But having Batu a few miles away makes it kind of feel like it's here. But anyway, so yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm hoping they can wrap up a lot more than they leave hanging, and let it kind of progress naturally, especially with future whatever is going to tie into it, because I know this is not the end of what's going to tie into it. Yeah.
Lonnie, I think that he left his Dixie cup tied to a string on the fall.
There you go.
Going to use one of them big old camper shells that they got to use to be his giant Dixie cup.
I was about to say, he doesn't have a spaceship. I think that's his big problem.
That's it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think
came into atmosphere in that, so it's not like they can't just come and hang out and he can be like, why did you take me here? This place sucks. I need to get back.
Absolutely. Dave, what's your thoughts?
Oh, they got to get back. I mean, that's what we hear from. They've got to get back for the Filoni movie to happen, is because the Filoni movie, we have been told, it has been alluded to, wraps up all of the shows and kind of ties them together like Avengers Assemble. It's so that part is not, that's not going to be a surprise. It's how it happens and how everybody happens. And do they leave us in a cliffhanger where Thrawn gets back and then Hera's like, oh crap, but I told you so, and has to deal with it on her own for a while because the rest of them didn't get back. Ahsoka's oh no. Oh yeah, that's Carson and Brendan come out riding like modified Vespas, or they've got their X-Wings with like 47 side mirrors and they're painted candy apple colors. No.
No.
We hope we see more of Brendan in the next episode.
Now that would be fun, is if we get something like that.
I think we need Trapper Wolf to show up.
Yeah, well, him and Zeb should fly in and save the day, right?
Well, the rumors is there's Rebels reunion in the finale, so I would probably assume that Zeb's going to show up.
Yeah, that would be.
Well, he was mentioned in this episode, right? That he was training. Yep.
Because he's at Delphi base where Carson Tavis from.
Yep. Right. And where Trapper Wolf happens to be hanging at the bar.
Yes, with Deborah Chow.
Mm-hmm.
And Dawn.
And Rick. Rick was there too.
And Missy is the bartender.
Yes.
But yes, all good stuff. But yeah, once again, thank you everybody for joining us. Don't forget, Hu Yang is forever. We do have multiple new shirts. Dave, if you want to show the picture and put the link up, please.
Right there. Virtual Cantina Forever. Go there to, go to your, wrong one.
Wrong one. There we go. That's the one.
tpublic.com. And again, the brand new one that went up during the show, okay? Hu Yang is for the younglings.
Got mine. It's on the way.
Very nice. I think those are going to be some really nice. And people, please tag us if you go to New York Comic Con and you get a photo anywhere near David Tennant with one of those shirts on, tag us.
Yes, we love this stuff. But a lot of great shows going on, and don't forget also gearing up for the Virtual Cantina Family Vacation 2. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. It's going to be something you're not going to want to miss. And why not take 2 weeks off? Go to San Diego Comic-Con, go to our trip, and then go to D23.
It'd be pretty intense.
I know people who are doing it.
Yeah, chances are that I might be one of those. So yeah.
Me and Mark will be doing like 2/3 of that. Yeah, we'll be doing San Diego one day, and I'll be in there in time for our meetup, which will probably be the same place that we did this last year since it did so well. We have Metallica tickets the following weekend. Okay, cool. So you can do the trip and go to Metallica.
There we go.
I'm seeing Metallica.
Excellent day. Well, don't forget tonight. Later tonight, you're going to get the episode from the Guardians of the Wills on the After Hours show, which I'm sure it's going to be a really great episode with the guys. And then this weekend is UF, isn't it?
No, this weekend is
the Jedi.
I think it's Jedi Archives.
Yeah, it's Archives this weekend.
Okay. So some great programming and all that. But thank you very much, Skip, for jumping in this entire season. And it's nice to have you come back next week.
Yes.
Yes, since I will be here this next week.
Excellent. So as you can see below us, we got a crap ton of social media. I would say about 2/3 of which we don't use. But hey, we're there. Take a look at our stuff. We're close to 1,000 members on the Instagrams currently. And our X gonna give it to you is doing really well as well. So please take a look at that. And looking forward to seeing you next week for the finale as well as our review show.
Oh, yes.
The Tea Republic almost bought tea.
I'm sure that I wouldn't doubt that there is an actual Tea Republic site as well. So
yeah, gotta get that spelling right.
Yes.
Or a Tea Public site like that too.
Tea Republic is probably the constituent down in Australia. It's a sister company. But anyway, very excited about everything else that's going on here. But thank you very much for joining us for the summer snips all the way through what we're going through right now. It's been a great program, and kudos to our program.
Baloney.
Yes. And want to thank our program director, Mark Von Olen, for programming everything we've been doing, which has been absolutely great. And I don't know why.
Oh, they're legit. There you go.
Right. How about that? So thank you very much for joining us. And remember, Hu Yang is forever. May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
Always.